Everyone is playing Palworld, so I had to do it as well.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
First point is, I really like the talent tree and how they think about the whole concept of leveling up and getting to know all the recipes, how to build them. You kind of do everything, and everything you do gives you and your pals experience points, and you get some technology points that you can spend to unlock certain recipes that you maybe need. And they're kind of like structured around production buildings, but also some crafting buildings, some decoration, of course. Also some utility items like that you can use some certain pals for riding. That's great. And the game gives you like a little bit of a rundown and helps you with what is important. And I kind of enjoy the whole concept of whenever you chop a tree, whenever you find something in the world, you get experience points. And what I noticed later on, when you fight some certain bosses or bigger monsters, you get antique technology points, and with that get some special recipes where you can get some eggs pals out of it. Or recently I built like a grappling hook that I can traverse hills or mountains better. That's kind of really fun to see. On the other side, you also as a character level up, and what the great point about that is you can decide in which direction you want to go. All in all, also those accessories that you can build for your pals make you really a little bit play the game different. For example, I could use like a firebox as a flamethrower, or use pals for flying around. That's basically what is really good and makes this point amazing about this game. Point number 2 is the exploring and dungeons, bosses that you find, raids you encounter. So basically, of course, this is an early access game, so the world is not really alive, to be honest. But you can still see bigger pals or monsters walking around. You can see some hunters walking around where you can attack them and help those pals out. You can find their villages and help out or save some pals that you don't have, so you can get them added into your pal decks. This is amazing, and it feels really like you are doing something really positive. So if you decide to roam around the world, you can find a lot of interesting parts in the world, like chests. You can find some essences that you need. I even found a tree where I can gather some fruits that give my pals special abilities that I can teach them. The dungeons are also pretty interesting because you have those hunters there, but also special pals that you usually don't find outside the world. So you can catch them there and get some new recipes. For example, there are bosses. I, for myself, was not strong enough to beat a boss, but I tried it out a little bit, but I failed. You can use your pals inside those dungeons. That's also very good. And yeah, it's really exploration is the key point about the game here. Last thing is that sometimes it can happen that your kind of village, your main town, gets raided by PV or NPCs. And this is kind of like, I was surprised about that. It's not a big deal because your pals help out and you can also fight with them. That's not a big deal, but it's still very, yeah, surprising. And it gives a little bit of those spices into the soup, as the German people say. So all in all, even though the world is not very alive, for the first couple of hours, it is interesting to walk around, find different habitats, and find also different pals that you can maybe catch, maybe not. It is, it feels really rewarding to do so. I guess that in the end, of course, you've seen it all, you've done it all, so it's not that much of a deal. But I like that fact about this game for sure. Point number 3 that I like about the game is the fighting. And I don't mean the technical side of the fighting, because this is really rudimentary, really not well made. The impact is not there yet because of the early access. But what I mean about it is, I like that you can use certain pals with their abilities, with their special abilities. You can ride your pals into battle. You can fly them. You can use them as a flamethrower. It is really cool because it helps a lot. It helps a hell ton, because some fights are really tough, and I died a lot of times. I tried the boss in the tower, and well, I was too weak, to be honest, because it was a boss for 4 people, so I don't know how to do it on my own. But in general, I enjoy the different styles you can bring to the fight with the pals and their ability. It feels really teamwork like, so your pal and you're one team and you step into the challenge together. The only little thing that is sometimes a hindrance, when you want to catch a pal, your pals are sometimes too strong and they 1 or 2 hit your pal you want to catch, so that is sometimes a hindrance. I noticed quite a lot of times, but in general they're very helpful. I just hope that they build on more onto the mechanic with your pals, to fight with them, to use them more tactically maybe or strategically in the battle. For me right now, it is a little bit too many buttons to use or to think about what to press to attack or maybe do something with the pal. But in general, cool mechanic, and I hope they build on it, because if they do, this can be a really great point about the game. But what do you like about the game? So for me, there are those 3 things. When I think about, they're very subjective, and I guess everyone has a different taste about it. But in general, those are some points that not everyone thinks about that makes that game pretty good. But let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.